the country continues to remember and commemorate the youth of 1976. The Young Communist League of South Africa paid their own tribute with their Youth Month rally yesterday at Kwa-Phahla Stadium in Mpumalanga. The rally was attended and addressed by high-profile government, the YCL, business and ANC officials. It was meant to draw lessons from the youth of 1976 to address issues affecting the youth of today, such as unemployment, HIV/AIDS and education. Now, for more details on the rally and how the YCL plans on addressing these challenges faced by the youth of today, we're joined here in studio by the YCL National spokesperson, Khaya Xaba. Khaya, good morning to you and welcome to AM News.
Good morning to you and good morning to your viewers at home as well.
Firstly, tell us, how did the rally go?
Well, the rally went well. It was attended by many young people who came to listen to our message on Youth Day, but also what we intend doing and in dealing with the issues that are affecting young people currently in our country.
Now, what was the theme of this year's rally? Was there a theme?
We had a theme, and our theme is Youth for Socialism, for Jobs, Education and Health. The theme mainly deals with the issue that young people, mainly of them, are not forming any part of schooling, not in any form of employment, and most of them are affected by issues like HIV/AIDS. So we want to make sure that young people are in schools, they're in jobs, and they are not affected by the scourge of HIV and AIDS.
Now, you've mentioned all these challenges, which is critical in South Africa and things that need to be addressed. But how do you, as the YCL, are you going to tackle these issues?
Well, in the first case of unemployment, we have an annual summit which we hold, which is called Jobs for Youth. And in this summit, we invite all youth political structures. For that time, we set aside our differences. We invite everyone from your DA youth, IFP youth, and we converge as the youth of South Africa, and we discuss these issues on how we deal with them. So we'll be having another one where we'll bring all the youth structures and civil society, of course, and NGOs. Will sit down and discuss what we need to do with the issue of unemployment and all of that. But also we're engaging with government in the aspects of dealing with the Youth Employment Accord, because the accord is there and all of that. But also, in the same breath, we're also dealing with the issue of fighting government against the youth wage subsidy. We see that it has been disguised as the youth employment tax. So those are some of the things that we're taking forward. But also on the issue of education, we're encouraging students to start applying now, especially those are in grade 12, in grade 11, to start now applying for NSFAS, for entry into education, but also encourage students to also consider the option of FET colleges. They do as well also offer what do you call a good education. On the issue of HIV/AIDS, we're appealing to young people to abstain. If they cannot abstain, engage in
safe sex.
In safe sex, yes, and having one partner and all of that, and condomize all the time. I mean, condoms are there, so it's just a matter of encouraging young people to use these condoms. So we want to deal with the issue of young people dealing with AIDS, but also there are those who are affected by AIDS, not necessarily infected, but affected, who are dealing with child-headed households. So we want to assist in those situations as well.
Now, we've seen a rise in unemployment in the country, especially within the youth, and you touched on the youth wage subsidy. Are you for or against the youth wage subsidy?
We are completely against the youth wage subsidy. We feel that it's only there to benefit employers. I mean, if you check in South Africa, employers have not been doing enough in dealing with the issue of unemployment. If you check, government is the most biggest employer in South Africa. So the private sector has not been pulling its weight. So we feel that they should not then be rewarded with tax for employing young people. What it will only do is that it will recycle the workforce. So you get a young person to work for 2 years, you get an incentive tax for that, and then after 2 years, you bring other ones. So it goes on in a cycle, and it only benefits the capitalists, because they will be maximizing their profits and will be doing nothing in terms of alleviating unemployment in our country.
Now, in his State of the Nation address, President Jacob Zuma renewed the government's commitment in creating jobs for young people. And according to the President, this will be done by equipping the youth with the necessary skills. If you look at skills and skills on its own, do you think that is enough to guarantee young people those permanent jobs that we're looking for?
Well, in terms of skills, there's not much happening in terms of skills development. That's where we need institutions like your NYDA, the SETAs, to pull their weight in ensuring that young people have skills. I mean, the skills that are lacking in the country, and young people are not concentrating on them, like your artisans, boiler makers, mechanics. There's no many young people who are studying to be mechanics. There's the issue of agriculture. I think there's many opportunities in agriculture. Young people can go and learn skills in the field of agriculture, but also tourism. That as well. But also the issue of skills has to do with reskilling, because skills from time to time, they evolve. So you need to have fresh skills all the time. So you can't have the same skills that you've had 5 years ago, because things change. I mean, these days you can fix a car by connecting a laptop and diagnosing it. You don't even have to open the bonnet. So young people need to learn those skills, fresh skills that will make them competitive in the labor market.
And that's where we've got to leave it. Thank you so much for joining us here in studio. Khaya Xaba, you are the YCL National spokesperson. Thank you for joining us here.